As we celebrate Women's History Month, let's meet a phenomenal woman who's made a major bet and is winning in an historically male-dominated industry. Melonie Johnson. She was always good at math. She parlayed that skill, got a degree in accounting, but then she decided to turn the tables. Hi, how are you doing today? Good. Hi. As soon as I hit the floor, good morning, how are you doing?
It's important to Melonie Johnson
Hi, how are you doing?
to make that daily connection with her team. The president and COO of MGM National Harbor knows that kind of contact helped her to rise to the top of an industry dominated by men.
This is Bet MGM. This is where the action is happening right now for March Madness. No matter where you're sitting, you see the games. If you sit at the bar, everything is projected.
You might run into a famous football player, whether interacting with former NFL running back Brian Mitchell,
That's right.
or in the midst of the crowd.
So this is all Bet MGM. We've got lounge seatings. All of this is reserved.
Johnson says this Bet MGM is the sports betting extension of MGM Resorts. BetMGM spearheads the sports betting lounge area at the MGM National Harbor. It's quite an accomplishment for Melonie Johnson and a long way from her humble beginnings in Lacombe, Louisiana.
I lived in a very small town, rural. We didn't have a traffic light.
But what Melonie did have were parents who raised her to have strong values, perseverance, and
Not feeling entitled and working very hard for everything that you got. So education was important.
she left home at 17, enrolled at the University of New Orleans, and graduated 4 years later with a degree in accounting. But that degree didn't guarantee that she would get hired.
I was a person of color. And in the 80s, a person of color really struggled finding a career. And it was deflating. I ended up going to a headhunter, and they sent me on an interview at a bank, and I landed the job. I made a whopping $9,600 a year.
Melonie Johnson's gamble on that headhunter paid off. She went from bank teller to becoming the first black woman to serve as president at casinos in Atlantic City.
Hello, my name is Melonie Johnson, and I'm excited to join Brigada Hotel Casino and Spa as president and chief operating officer.
And Maryland. She credits those early jobs with teaching her how to navigate the waters, managing challenges, and preparing her for the casino business.
My younger years were the formative years for me, and it was managing, having a courageous conversation versus being cocky, managing emotions without being labeled the angry black woman, managing being assertive versus aggressive.
Where did that come from, as far as learning how to do that, to navigate it?
There were hard times for me, but I had two parents that I could talk to. They told us if you're gonna go on a job, they were old school, keep your head down, don't get in any trouble, and do it to the best of your ability because no one owes you anything. I'm the first person that will say, I'm surrounded by great people. I do not know everything, but I do know that the team that we have at this property is magnificent, and this team carries us to the finish line. It's not me. A title doesn't make me. It just doesn't. I am Melonie Johnson. That's who I am at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, that's who she is, right? I just got chills listening to her
Yeah,
say
right?
that.
Yeah.
But such a nice woman. Melonie Johnson's true to her humble beginnings, cares about the development of her staff. She even created a team-building book club to help leaders underneath her, you know, just get all those skills up because she really wants to see people develop and grow.
So given what we're seeing right now with sports betting, what does she think is going to be the future for the casino industry?
Right, because BetMGM is kind of new, you know, now legal in Maryland. She says it's internet gaming. So from the casino, you'd be able to do, in Maryland. She says that's the next best thing, and I would put my money on Melonie Johnson to be right.
And that's actually a huge undertaking for her too, because the generations that are used to going to the casino, I mean, you got the older generation, the retirees, and now they have to make that shift to online.
Yeah.
That's a whole new world that she has to
And
navigate.
folks are
Grabbing
showing
all
up.
everybody.
I don't know if you guys have been in there in the afternoon. That place is packed.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, we'll be right back.